The blind rejected princess. Once upon a time, in the magnificent kingdom of Amor, there lived a noble king and queen. King Adeyemi and his Olori, Queen Sherifat, had been married for 6 years without any issue. Queen Sherifat had been the only lady King Adeyemi loved ever since she was young. She seemed to carry a radiance that enchanted everyone she crossed paths with. But then, being married for 6 years without a child broke her. The royal family had long been demanding for a heir to the throne or considering bringing in another wife for the king. King Adeyemi had been patient with his Olori. On a fateful cold morning, Queen Sherifat woke up ill. With mixed feelings, she sent for the royal doctor, who announced her pregnant few minutes after checking her. The news of the pregnant queen went round the village like wildfire. The whole village were so happy, even the stars sparkled high above as the kingdom rejoiced in anticipation of the arrival of the little prince or princess. However, fate is a peculiar thing as it often introduces joy and sadness side by side. However, destiny brought a cruel twist as days turned into weeks and weeks into months. It was a bitterly cold night, the wind howling outside, creating a hauntingly beautiful yet chilling atmosphere. Inside a small cabin, the Olori, Queen Sherifat, was in the throes of labor, her body racked with agonizing contractions. The midwife, a wise and withered woman, did her best to assist the queen through her painful labor. The queen gritted her teeth, her breath coming in labored gasps as she struggled to bring her little one into the world. The midwife worked tirelessly, her hands steady and smoothing as she coached the mother through each pain. As the hours passed, the temperature in the cabin dropped even further, and the queen's cries of pain mingled with the howling of the wind outside. Her body was gripped by a cold sweat. Finally, after what felt like eternity, the little baby slipped out. Her tiny cries filled the air. The queen wept with relief and exhaustion as the midwife carefully cleaned and wrapped the newborn in one blanket. But there was no time to rest. The midwife screamed, "It's a twin! The second baby was on her way." The queen's strength waned, but she summoned every last ounce of determination as she pushed through the agony. The midwife coached her through each painful contraction, her voice a steady anchor in the storm of pain and exhaustion. At long last, the second twin entered the world, and the mother's anguished cries turned to tears of joy as she held her daughters for the first time. Despite the bitter cold and the harrowing ordeal, the mother's heart swelled with love and gratitude for her newfound blessings. The princesses were named Adebola and Adebimpe. While their parents and the villagers rejoiced at the arrival of the twins, their elections soon transformed into dismay when they witnessed the unique destiny that awaited Prince Adebimpe. Princess Adebola, the firstborn, arrived into the world with bright, shining eyes. On the other hand, Princess Adebimpe, the younger of the two, came into existence with a heart filled with immense darkness as her eyes remained veiled by a world of eternal night. She was born blind. As the first ray of sunlight broke through the windows, the horrified king and queen discovered that one of their precious daughters was born blind. The royal couple's hearts were filled with immense sadness for the affliction that had befallen the blind princess. News of the blind princess spread like wildfire throughout the kingdom, and whispers of pity and curiosity echoed in every corner. The king and queen overwhelmed by fear and uncertainty, allowed their worst instinct to guide them. Convinced that Adebimpe's blindness was an omen of ill fortune, they locked her away deep within the castle walls, hiding her existence from the prying eyes of the kingdom. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. The existence of the blind princess Adebimpe had long begun. The villagers, believing she died few days after birth, the only princess known to them was Princess Adebola. Even the palace maids and guards were all forbidden from speaking about the blind princess. Princess Adebimpe grew up in isolation, comforted only by her own voice that danced through the corridor of her chamber. Singing was her solace, her only connection to the outside world. The blind princess often sang songs of longing for love and understanding, pouring out her heart to the moon, her only companion. In the neighboring village, there lived a young prince named Femi. Though born into royalty, his heart was humble and kind. Prince Femi and his father came to pay homage to King Adeyemi and to attend the 18th birthday party of Princess Adebola. Kings and queens, prince and princess from all the neighboring village attended Princess Adebola's birthday party. Everywhere boomed. All palace maids were busy with one or two things. Even the villagers trooped in numbers, filling the palace. But Princess Adebimpe was left alone in her cold chambers. On that fateful night, while wandering the palace walls, Prince Femi overheard the melodious voice carrying through the air. Entranced, he followed the sound, letting it guide him to an unforeseen encounter. I never wanted to be born blind. I didn't choose my fate. I also want to be loved. Being blind isn't an omen of ill fortune. Mother, father, listen to my cries, sang Adebimpe in tears. When the prince laid his eyes on her, he was instantly captivated by her voice and her spirit. Despite the darkness surrounding her, he saw a beauty that went far beyond physical appearance and delved deep into the realms of the soul. Prince Femi yearned to listen to her songs day and night, to unravel the depths of her heart and to show her the love she deserved. The blind princess sang of her longing to see the beauty of nature, to feel the warmth of the sun on her face, and to connect with others beyond the confines of her chamber. Her voice carried the weight of her loneliness and the desire for freedom, transcending the barriers of her physical limitations. Meanwhile, the prince stood there watching her sing. "Who are you?" she asked. I came for the party," he stammered. He didn't know she was aware of his presence. "I was captivated by your voice. It drew me in here." Her joy knew no bound. No one had ever said that to her. Everyone avoided her like a plague, believing she was cursed. With that, he came back few times to listen to her sing, and with each visit, the prince and the princess forged a connection, a bond that transcended the boundaries imposed upon them. He spent countless hours by her side, listening intently to her songs and sharing his own stories of the world beyond her chambers. Love blossomed between Prince Femi and Princess Adebimpe, their souls intertwining as they shared their hopes, dreams, and deepest fears. Their love was pure and undeniable, and was determined to convince their parents to bless them. With Femi's heart full of hope, he summoned the courage to approach their parents. However, their dreams were shattered when their parents rejected their union. Both kings and queens refused to acknowledge Adebimpe's words. She would become a burden to your son and the kingdom, unable to fulfill the responsibilities of a royalty, said Adebimpe's father to Prince Femi's parents. How would you show a blind princess to the villagers as the mother of the kingdom? He continued. Prince Femi was crushed by the disheartening rejection. How could a father speak so low about his own daughter? He thought. He tried to talk his parents out of it, but they refused, taking Princess Adebimpe's parents' side, warning him to stay clear of her. Prince Femi, torn between his love for the princess and his loyalty to his parents, left a void in his heart, buried deep within him, haunting him. Princess Adebimpe, on the other hand, could only sit deep in her chambers singing. Despite her blindness, her voice soared through the corridors of the castle, reaching even the walls that confined her. Prince Femi was restless, and with great care and cunning, he devised a plan to smuggle Prince Adebimpe out of her prison, hidden from prying eyes. On that same night, Prince Femi sneaked into Princess Adebimpe's chamber, smuggling her out of the palace, and so, under the moonlight sky, Princess Adebimpe stepped her foot outside her chamber for the first time in many long years. They immediately left the palace, running as fast as their legs could carry them. News of the blind princess missing spread through the palace like wildfire. Her parents, worried the villagers might find out, quickly sent out guards in search of her. Prince Femi and Princess Adebimpe didn't relent. They kept running as fast as their legs could carry them. Upon arriving at the outskirts of the village, Princess Adebimpe worriedly turned back, thinking to herself, would her family be aware of her leaving? Would they be happy with her leaving, or would they feel a little guilty? With mixed feelings, she took a great step into the unknown, deeply anticipating whatever awaits her.